You can now play your favorite retro games on Apple TV. From Nintendo to Super Nintendo to PlayStation, every game can fit on an Apple 4K TV with the addition of Retroarch as an app in the App Store, thanks to the developers of Retroarch. It replaces all of the mini systems, all of the hacking, all of the turning on and resetting and loading. I was able to play games like Sonic 3 and Knuckles with no problem, ice hockey on NES, and Battletoads as an example. So you just go to Retroarch. It is in the App Store. Just type in Retro is the first one that comes up. You're going to download it. I already did, so there already is an update, so kudos to the development team there. First, you're going to pair your remote. I use the PlayStation 5. What you're going to do is pair the DualSense wireless controller. You're going to hold on to the PlayStation button and the share/broadcast button simultaneously until the power gives a double flash and then lights up blue. The lights will change colors as you're playing. As soon as you open up Retroarch, it'll give you two options to go to your IP address or living room/local. Here's Retroarch. I already dumped in all of my games, but they put them in the downloads. Just for this purpose, we're going to make a Nintendo folder, NES, and I'm going to drag in a couple of Nintendo games. I think I drag in Blades of Steel and Ice Hockey, obviously. This is how you organize your games. You want to do it by system if you want. So I make another folder here for Genesis, and then I obviously drag in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So you can see all the Nintendo games. I am an 8-bit/16-bit player, but you can do PSP, you can do N64, PlayStation, all of that stuff. Anything that has emulation as a program, this will have all of the programs on there. As you can see, there's 4 options for Nintendo. So you want to kind of test out what you have. You know where to get ROMs. Plays like normal. Just have to get used to the buttons with PlayStation because Nintendo only had A and B. But it plays. This is great. This is on a 65-inch 4K TV. You can see, again, Genesis, organized, which emulator you want to use. And there's the iconic intro of Sonic 3 and Knuckles on top of it. So you can see all the settings, appearance. I've seen a couple of videos that their system looks a lot different. It's nice. It's blue. It looks like the PlayStation menu. I don't know how to get to that. But here's all the settings that you want to mess around with. You can bind the controller so that you could go back. You don't have to hard turn off the app so you could return back to the main menu. You have to do that in the bindings. As we take a look at more of the settings, the key thing is here, maximum controller amount is 8. The only thing that means to me is that we could play GoldenEye 64 on here with 4 people. Just need 4 PlayStation controllers or 4 Bluetooth controllers, but that's awesome. So you can see I go through all of the binds, all of the options, the hotkeys. You're going to want to do that to go back to the main menu when you want to get out of a game. It'll show you reset, it'll show you save. One of the things that I did read about is it may clear the saves when it clears the app's cache. And I don't know if there's a way to turn that off, so you don't want to rely on saving games. And I know, 16-bit, 8-bit era, there wasn't a lot of game saving. You could probably beat these games in one sitting. But for the other games like PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PSP, your saves might get wiped out just because of the storage and clearing the cache in the app. So you could see all of the quitting, backwards, forwards, rewind. These are keys on a keyboard, so you can bind them to each key that's on your PlayStation controller or whatever Bluetooth controller. So we go over this, very easy. And just as a recap, you want to download Retroarch from the Apple Store. You want to sync the controller with Apple TV, holding both the PlayStation button and the share button until it blinks blue. And you leave Retroarch open on the PC while the app is still open on your television. You load in the games, you know where to get them, you organize them the best way you want, and you enjoy. It's basically doing what all of these mini systems did without putting in programs that you're not used to, or doing something, flashing kernels on a Nintendo Mini. This takes all that guesswork out, and it's just drag and drop. So kudos to Retroarch for making it easy. I had Retroarch on the PlayStation Classic that I did quote-unquote hack, but if you own all the games, it is completely legal. You could even put in games from Steam Store and just drag them onto your Apple TV, and you don't need to play it on your computer or on your Steam-powered device. you can literally just play it on your Apple TV, which is awesome. So kudos to developers, kudos to Apple for embracing this. And this one flew under the radar. I'm about 7 days late on this, but this is how you do it. Guys, let me know what games, what systems you're going to be playing on this. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll try to answer them. But first, I'm going to figure out my key bindings, and I'm going to experiment if we could do 4-player GoldenEye 64. One-on-one in NHL 94 and Sega Genesis is good enough for me, but getting the whole team together and getting GoldenEye action, that's 30 years in the making, basically. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.